Ready to take control of your retirement? Click the link in the show notes for a complimentary copy of my new retirement report or visit me online at safehbs.com.
Welcome to Safe Money and Income Radio with military veteran, federal retirement consultant, and leader in finance as recognized by Top 100 magazine, your host, Daryl Blackman. Daryl is a retirement and income specialist, primarily serving the Eastern U.S., but he's sought after nationally for his expertise in helping people secure their retirements. Mr. Blackman is a licensed financial professional in numerous states throughout the country. He specializes in working with people who are near retirement and those who have already retired with wealth management, income planning, and asset protection strategies using various insurance-based financial products. And now, here to talk with you about securing your retirement, your host, Daryl Blackman.
Welcome to Safe Money and Income Radio. I'm Daryl Blackman, an asset and retirement protection specialist serving your local area. Have you ever thought about why you and most people put their money in the stock market? Obviously, you were not born with this idea, so it must have come from someplace. The reason I ask is because I specialize in working with no market risk money. That is money that you cannot afford to lose. This is probably something you have never even heard about. I'll tell you why that is in a moment. But let me ask you, what if you could take advantage of market gains and never participate in market losses? What if you could be guaranteed a first-year return of up to 10%, lock in gains from the market, and never have your account value drop? Over my career, I have helped clients move millions of dollars into no market risk strategies. I specialize in working with those approaching or in retirement, specifically working with 401k rollovers, IRAs, and other accounts that need to be protected from risk of market downturn or taxation. Can I help you protect your money? There's only one way to find out. Call now for my free 115-page Safe Money and Income book and Safe Money and Income kit at 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. Make sure and ask about our Income Maximizer program that guarantees a lifetime income account with up to 10% or more in first-year returns and up to 20 years of up to 7% in compounded growth with an income you can never outlive. Now let's get back to the question of why your money's in the market. Was this your idea? Chances are that sometime in your high school or college years, some teacher or professor introduced you to the idea of investing. After school, you probably got a job, and during your first day at work, the human resource staff introduced you to the concept of the 401k, matching employer contributions, and the advantages of pre-tax money from your paycheck to fund your retirement. After investing in the market, you had a reason to pay attention to what was going on in the financial world. When I got to this point in my life, I remember watching the nightly business report on PBS religiously. Today, most people watch CNBC, Bloomberg, or Fox Business News. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that everything from your professor to your job to the news and financial shows on TV have always told you to work hard, invest your money in the market, and your retirement will be secure. Here's a tough question. How is your retirement going for all those people that told you to put your money in the market and leave it there? I bet it's not going as good as they would have you believe. Here's what they probably won't tell you. They won't say, my retirement money is doing just fine. I have been participating in the market for the last 20 years and locking in my gains without participating in any market losses. You're also probably not going to hear that my lifetime income account has been growing at more than a 7% compounded rate and is guaranteed to more than double every 10 years and provide me an income I can never outlive. Why wouldn't they tell you that? Why is it that almost every person you talk to today looks like a deer in the headlights of a semi-truck? It's simple. Their education, jobs, television, and broker have been feeding them propaganda based on speculation, not security. Don't you think it's time to stop listening to those who have failed you in your retirement? If your retirement money is in bonds, stocks, mutual funds, variable life insurance, or annuities, you could be paying someone else to lose your money.
Be sure to ask me for your complimentary Safe Money and Income book and Safe Money and Income kit
at 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. Over the years, I've worked with millions and millions of dollars for my clients. Guess what? Not one of them has lost a single penny. Let me say that again. Not a single client of mine has lost any of their money, even during the worst market crash since the Great Depression. Can your stockbroker, mutual fund manager, or financial planner say that? If they can, you owe them a debt of gratitude. Chances are, though, that you are wishing you had someone that did not lose your money. You're probably thinking right now, why am I paying all these fees? And why is my so-called financial advisor making money on my retirement account even when my account goes down? Here's a promise that will help you sleep better at night. If you decide to
call me for your complimentary Safe Money and Income book,
I promise to only offer you solutions where you get to participate in market gains, but never in market losses. I also promise that my solutions will include an option to never outlive your money. If I haven't piqued your interest yet, I'm not sure what else to tell you. Why don't you call me now for my free
Safe Money and Income book and Safe Money and Income kit.
I can be reached at 844-837-7233. That's 844-837-7233. I can show you how to get up to 10% or more first-year return on your deposit. You can also take advantage of our optional income maximizer program that guarantees first-year returns of up to 10% and 7% compounded growth for up to 20 years for a lifetime of income you can never outlive. I do not allow your retirement to be a victim of random timing. I specialize in working with no market risk strategies. That is money that is safe from market risk and that you cannot afford to lose. It's also money you cannot afford to risk to the randomness of market timing. Not only can I guarantee you will not be subject to market declines and provide you an income you cannot live, I may even be able to help you live longer by helping you avoid all the stress that comes with up to a 50% loss of your retirement being gone in a single year. Don't you have better things to do than watch the market and live with anxiety over your retirement? Why are you so anxious? It's because your retirement is based on a myth. An article by John Gilliard of Forbes magazine was titled, "Let's Bury the Myth of Averages." In this article, he said the biggest myth is that the stock market returns on average about 10% a year. He mentions that this figure has been baked into so many retirement plans that you think it was a scientific fact, like the chemical composition of water. Here's the question you should ask yourself. Let's assume the stock market is going to give you the so-called 10% return over the next 10 to 20 years. Is it worth the risk of a 50% loss for the possibility of a 10% return? What if you can get a guaranteed 7% for a lifetime of income you could not outlive without any risk of stock market loss? Give me a call and just maybe it will be the best thing you've ever done for your safe money. My number is 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. The worst thing that can happen is you will get my free
Safe Money and Income book
and decide that you are not interested. That doesn't bother me in the least, because all I'm here to do is provide you with information that your broker or banker is not telling you about. This is your retirement money, not mine or anybody else's. Give us a call at 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. Someone's available to answer your calls now or any day of the week. Well, I must take a short break. This is Daryl Blackman, and you're listening to Safe Money and Income Radio. Let's pause for some exciting announcements.
Have you recently changed jobs and now you have a 401k or another retirement account you don't want to expose to the risk of market loss? You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Since you'll probably start another retirement account at your new job, why not ensure your old account provides you principal protection, the opportunity to participate in the market with locked-in accumulation, and a guaranteed lifetime income? We can help you roll over the retirement account from your previous employer and identify products that provide the potential of index-linked credited interest while limiting market risk. Did you know that if you're age 59 and a half, you may be able to move money out of your employer plan even if you're still working there? Call us now and ask about bonus options on your retirement money with a fixed indexed annuity. Imagine putting your money on an elevator that only goes up. It might stop on a few floors along the way when the market index goes down, but you won't go back to visit the lower floors. Our phone number is 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. You can get your complimentary Safe Money and Income book by calling us now. That number again is 844-837-7233. You're listening to Safe Money and Income Radio with your host, Daryl Blackman.
Welcome back to Safe Money and Income Radio. I'm Daryl Blackman, a Safe Money retirement specialist. Let me ask you a question. Would you take your retirement money to Las Vegas and invest it in a game of chance? In a February 24, 2009 Bloomberg article, House Education and Labor Committee Chairman George Miller said 401k retirement plans do not provide sufficient retirement security for many Americans. He also said, and I quote, "For too many Americans, 401k plans have become little more than a high-stakes crapshoot. If you have a 401k, a 403b, TSA, or TSP, or any other retirement account that is no longer controlled by your employer, then we need to talk. Even if you are still working and you are age 59 and a half, we may be able to help you protect the retirement money at your current workplace. If you have an IRA that you are concerned about losing to the high-stakes game of market losses and volatility, then I have something for you. My free
Safe Money and Income book
gives you all the information you need to take advantage of these offers. Call 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233, and I will be more than happy to provide you with our 115-page book that shows you how to cut ties with your broker and put your retirement money on autopilot. Once again, my number is 844-837-7233. The multi-billion-dollar, highly rated, big, strong, safe companies I work with guarantee first-year returns of up to 10% or more. You can also get up to 7% compounded annual growth guaranteed from lifetime income accounts. You have worked your whole life to build up this money, taking advantage of employer matching accounts, and now it is time to make sure you don't lose it. I know some of you feel it's too late and that you have already lost your retirement money. I'm here to give you hope, not despair. We can start the road to recovery right now. A guaranteed first-year return of up to 10% or more can start the process of saving your sinking ship. Also, lifetime income accounts can provide you up to 7% guaranteed annual growth and an income you can never outlive. If that doesn't give you hope, I really don't know what will. For some of you, it's hard to have hope, and I feel for you. I have spoken with many a person who wished they were my clients 2 years ago instead of today. They feel like failures, but they shouldn't. They were simply misled by the promises of brokers, friends, and the media telling them to work hard, put money in a mutual fund, diversify, and everything will be okay. What failed is a promise that should never have been made. You know, sometimes failure is like an elevator. I'm sure you can remember times when everything seemed to be going good with your retirement. Maybe you feel like that now. It's like riding an elevator heading straight for the penthouse. Every day you'd wake up and be on a higher floor. In fact, your retirement money is doing so well, you don't even pay attention to what floor you are on. But then, all of a sudden, you feel that sinking feeling. You know what I mean. We've all felt it. When the elevator first starts to drop, our stomach goes into our throat. When the elevator starts going down when it's supposed to be going up, it is not a feeling anybody likes. It's kind of like that unexpected turbulence on your airplane flight. Before you know it, your elevator is dropping so fast, it's all you can do to hold on. Your broker is telling you, don't worry, the market will hit a bottom. You might also hear, this is a great buying opportunity. Well, guess what? That is the same thing they tell their clients every time the market drops. The good news is that the elevator rarely drops without stopping a few floors along the way. The problem is that hardly anybody gets off the elevator. Maybe they hope it will start going back up. It's kind of like the gambler that is waiting for the next big hand. He sees the stack shrinking, but he thinks, if I can just hit the right cards, everything will be okay. Isn't that what your broker is telling you to do? Now, he's not saying it in those words, but nevertheless, he's telling you to wait for the next hand. He's telling you to wait for the elevator to stop dropping. Why is that? If he knew when the elevator was going to start its way back up, wouldn't he have known when it was going to head for the basement? I'll tell you why you're receiving all this double talk. Brokers that sell risk money, or what we call in the industry variable accounts, make their money even when the elevator car is in free fall. The fees they charge reduce your account whether it is going up or down. This money is made every single year on your account, no matter what. So let me ask you, do you think you should have to pay someone to lose your money? I think you know the answer. I never charge my clients fees. My compensation is paid directly from the highly rated companies I work with. Unlike the accounts brokers may provide, with our no market risk strategies, 100% of your funds start working for you day one. I will show you how this works with our free
Safe Money and Income book and Safe Money and Income kit. You can call me now or anytime this week. My number is 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. You have a choice. You can get off that elevator right now before it goes into free fall. I have an elevator car waiting for you, and I'm holding the door open. The great thing about this ride is that it only goes up. Now, your growth may pause now and then when the market drops, but it never goes down and it never goes backwards. Your principal is guaranteed, your gains are locked in, and you can even get up to a 10% bonus on your money just for opening an account. Your money will only participate in market gains, never market losses. Some plans even guarantee that year after year, in fact, in as many as 20 years, your lifetime income account will grow by up to 7% or more, and you will have income you can never outlive. That's a guarantee that your account will at least double every 10 years for lifetime income. Don't you wish you had a lifetime income account that had doubled in the last 10 years? Well, now you can. I want you to know there is hope for your hard-earned retirement dollars. Let's work together to make sure your money is safe from market risk, taxes, fees, and inflation. All you need to do is call 844-837-7233 to jump on an elevator that only goes up. I sleep well at night knowing that none of my clients have ever lost a single penny to market risk. And I want you to sleep at night too. Imagine your retirement money growing without being concerned if the market is up or down. Maybe today's the day you decide to protect your retirement. Call me and get your free Safe Money and Income book and Safe Money and Income kit.
Our 115-page
Safe Money and Income book
is a comprehensive guide to putting your investments on autopilot, reducing or eliminating fees, and taking advantage of market gains without the downside of market losses. Once again, my number is 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233.
This is Daryl Blackman, your host of Safe Money and Income Radio. I'll be right back after this informative message.
Are you age 59 and a half or older and still working? Did you know that you may be able to move some or all of your retirement money to an individual retirement account without any taxes? Why keep your money in your employer's plan with management fees, exposure to significant market risk, and limited options for guaranteed lifetime income that you cannot outlive? What will happen to your plan at work if the market crashes? Call Daryl now for retirement planning that will protect what you've worked so hard for and create a retirement that is safe and secure. Call 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. You can call now or any day of the week. That number again is 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. Now back to more Safe Money and Income Radio with your host, Daryl Blackman.
Welcome back. I'm Daryl Blackman, your host of Safe Money and Income Radio. I am a capital preservation and strategic income planning specialist working with clients right here in your local area. Let me ask you a question. What kind of person do you want as your financial professional? When I ask my clients this question, I get all kinds of answers. Some say, I want someone with a degree in finance. Others say, I want someone with lots of experience. A very common response is, I want a financial professional that will pick up the phone when I call because I always get their voicemail when the market is crashing. Wow. I even have clients say that I want someone who is successful at what they do. No matter what answer I get from this question, I always ask another question. What do you want your financial professional to do with your money? On this question, I usually only get one answer. I want it to grow, and I want it to be safe. I've always found it very odd that the kind of person people want for their financial professional has nothing to do with what they want their financial professional to do with their money. Ask yourself, is there anything about my financial professional or what he or she is recommending that guarantees my money will not participate in market losses? If your answer to that question is no, or you're not sure, then it's time for you to call me. I only work with no market risk strategies. My strategies do not participate in market losses and only participate in market gains. Call me now, 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. And my free Safe Money and Income book will show you how to keep your market free from market risk. Some of our no market risk strategies even have guaranteed first-year returns of up to 10% with no risk of market loss. Once again, my number is 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. Now, many of you have been listening to me week after week, and you might be wondering what kind of financial professional I am. So let me tell you, I am a financial professional that specializes in income planning. The problem is that most of you have been meeting with financial professionals that specialize in if-come planning. Did you catch what I just said? My financial strategies are called income planning because you can count on it coming in. The no market risk strategies I use are based on contractual guarantees backed up by the assets of very large, strong, safe, highly rated companies. Therefore, you can count on the money coming in to your retirement. Most brokers and financial planners specialize in what's called if-come planning. I call it if-come because you don't know if it is going to be there when you need it. If-come is retirement money that is invested in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and any other variable account. If-come is a type of money that can be gone overnight because of some war, economic downturn, or because some crooked CEO or bank caused your retirement to collapse. Now let me ask you, do you want income planning that you can count on? Do you want a lifetime income account with guaranteed growth of up to 7% compounded interest, up to a 10% bonus on your deposit, and a lifetime of income that you can never outlive? Or do you want IFCOM planning, the type of planning that can cause 50% of your retirement money to disappear without notice for reasons that you have no control over? The type of planning that has high fees and some financial advisor telling you, don't worry, it's only a paper loss. Are you ready for income planning? Call me now, 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233 for your free Safe Money and Income book while supplies last. Take the if out of your retirement and guarantee yourself the income you deserve. Find out information about how to secure your retirement that your broker or television will never tell you about. Remove the high annual fees from your retirement and lock in market gains so your golden years can be worry-free. Well, that's all the time I have for Safe Money and Income Radio this week. Before I go, I want you to know that I sleep at night knowing that my clients have retirement plans that remove the stress of market loss from the money they depend on for retirement. I want you to sleep at night too. Until next time at the same time, I'm Daryl Blackman, reminding you to stay safe so you can step into a secure future.
You've been listening to Safe Money and Income Radio with your host, Daryl Blackman. Find out how to contractually guarantee that your hard-earned money is safe while avoiding market loss so you can have the retirement that you deserve. Call Daryl Blackman now for your complimentary Safe Money and Income book and Safe Money and Income kit at 844-837-SAFE. That's 844-837-7233. The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.